I wasn't expecting company, but if you stay out of the shrubs and flower beds, you could stay.
Give them a wave, Pops, now that you've invited them in. We're two old guys who enjoy playing sandbox and survival games together. I'm Uncle Craig. Go ahead and sit down. Let's visit for a while. In preparation for our trip to RNA-Hood, I am going to do a redesign of this pod after it lands and see if I can get to the station that's on this data pad right here. And recording this so that if I am successful, other folks on the team will have an opportunity to use this same approach. Now it looks like we have had a rough landing. Let's see, our landing gear aren't even locking. One of them is broken. This might be a little trickier this way. There we go. Now we got a lock. So let's see here. I'll pop out of the pod. Let's take a look here. We've got two locked feet, one broken. We should still be all right as long as there are enough pieces out of that. Oh boy, it's going to be rough. One motor down. Usually we need that motor. So let's go ahead and take that now anyway. Also want to, if it'll let me, I don't think it'll let me rebuild that foot yet. Alright, so how do we start? Well, I like to get rid of this fascia right here on the front of this pod. Get rid of that. By the way, I cannot take credit for this design I'm about to use. Whisper, in preparation for this voyage, did some research and found in the archives a video tutorial on redoing this pod, so he can't even take credit, but Whisper was the one for our crew that researched and found some information on how to do this. So that's what I'm using here to redo the pod. I'm going to climb up here. Let's see. Now let's go down here first. We're going to go in here first, and we're going to rebuild that container to gain some blocks. And actually I can, let's see, let's go ahead and keep it ground down to a certain level. Look at that, we get a motor out of that. That's actually beneficial. We're going to grind down the conveyor tube and build that back up to that level. We don't need it fully reconstructed. We are not going to need the parachute hatch at all, but for some reason I can't quite reach it. Let me see if I can step up here. Yeah, there we go. Get this parachute hatch. Yeah, we can't reconstruct that, but that's not needed. Let's get that parachute hatch out, and the beacon we're not going to need. The respawn pod seems to have a signal of its own even without the beacon and without the antenna, which we'll take out later. And now let's get this timer block. Don't need either of those. We also are not going to need the thruster, so I'm going to get in here a little ways and see if I can get to the thruster here. Not quite yet. There we go. And I can just see it there. Right there. Alright, so we got that. Oops. Didn't mean to jump in the seat. Did I get everything out of the seat though? I think I did. I do need to grind this down a bit. And then again, we'll make it just functional. What am I missing? I'm missing something here. Let's try, maybe it is the landing gear. Let's squat down here. Alright, now let's see if I can reconstruct the seat. Yes, so we got the seat reconstructed, but I did gain a technology out of that. And ore detector we're not going to need. We'll get the motor out of that. And like I said, the antenna we're not going to need because the respawn pod seems to have a signal whether we have an antenna or not. Alright, there we go. Now what we'll need is to put in a thruster here facing left and right. So I'm going to get rid of, let's see, let's leave that in actually. Get rid of this, and this, and this on both sides here. And And let me grab, yeah, it's on this side. Grab this bottle, just in case. I tend to fly around every once in a while. All right, now I think the thrusters are all intact. They are, but let's take out this one here. Let's make sure we can't reconstruct it yet, and that is because we are missing what? Let me go take a look. Thruster. Radio remote control. So let's go right here. Let's see here. Let's go up here. You got a nice hole right here. We can put a remote control in. And we need to spin that around forward. And the arrows do need to be on top and be facing forward. We'll get that just a functional. There we go. Now I should be able to, what was it I was trying to do? Oh, thrusters. There we go. Let's just leave that one there now that I've got it just barely functional. Grind out this one and the one on the opposite corner here. Kind of nice to get that one out of the way of the survival kit anyway. Use that while we're standing here. All right. Then up here, we want to put down thrusters. So thruster, and then we also will need eventually the seat. Need a small size, there, and there. All right. Oh, we already had the passenger seat. That's right. We don't have to worry about that. We have the remote control. We have the thrusters. I think that's all I need. Let's hop in here and see if this thing is flyable. So we'll go to remote control. Actually, let's do this. Thruster. Let's grab this. Thrusters. Make sure they're all off for the moment. Let's also do landing gear. We'll leave it on auto lock, that's fine. And then remote control, and we will control, press G, and let's do landing gear here, switch lock, lock, and unlock. And then thrusters, toggle on off. And make sure I got that right. And then battery. Let's do this. Switch to recharge. So we're on auto right now. That way we can see what all those are set to. All right. Gyroscope. That would have been bad. So yes, there was one more thing I needed. Gyroscope. And we'll put that here, facing this direction there. Must have been this control seat I was pointed at. All right, here we go. Let's try this now. Our remote and control. Put the thrusters on. Unlock. Now lift off. There we go. All because of the gyroscope. All right, so now if I keep the horizon where right there, then I should be fairly steady. So my forward and reverse is going to be by leaning forward and backward according to the horizon. So let's see if we can make it here to our destination. We'll try to get enough speed going forward so that we're going at full speed. There we go. Try to maintain that rate of speed here. Best we can. Seems like it's taking a lot to keep that rate of speed. It may be because of our altitude. Let's go this way. We got 32 kilometers. So I'll cut out part of the journey. You don't need to be here for the whole thing, but I'm going to make my way to that signal now and prove to myself it can be done and get a practice shot at it here. There. Now we're locked. All right, so we made our trip and safely, and we got to our safe zone. So this was a success. Yeah, thank you, Whisper. And that's it.
Like, subscriber, get off my lawn.